Hi everyone, this is my first StarCraft 2 tutorial about models, and let's see the final effects first. As you see, it's a plasma ball with magical circle around it and a shining light inside and some small particles assemble to the center. And I want to show more details, so I added a special animation for it. It won't be used in real game, but it can show us more details. So as you see, there are 5 different particles here. First one is, I start this from the center. First one is the shining light and the plasma and magic circles and another magic circle. I'll talk about it later. And the last one is small particles assembled to the center like energy charge. Okay. And a light. This make the model can light around units and characters. Okay. Let's see it again. As you see, it's a pretty cool effect, I think, and I will talk about it, how I build it from center to the outside. So let's begin. It's how it looks like in 3ds Max, but I will build a new one. So let's reset the viewpoint. Okay, first I build a StarCraft 2 particle. As you see, it's a helper here, and I move it to 0, 0, 0, and the first one is light, shining light, and you see it doesn't move actually. It's always the same place, only in the rotation and shining. So since it's always the same place, so the shape should be point and particle speed should be 0. But if you move the speed to 0, there won't any particles at all. So you just need very small number of it. And emission rate, I guess, okay, 5 or 6 may be right. Lifetime, okay, 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. And next, okay, this is okay. We won't want the particles suddenly appear, so I want it from transparent to which we can see, so and then disappeared at the end. So I from 0 to 255 and to 0. This alpha change can make the particles not suddenly appear or disappear. And the size, the particle won't change its size in its whole life, so we don't want this. And I guess 80, okay, 80 to 100 this could be good. And the rotation, I'll talk about it later. And here is a very important checkbox. What's best? This will help the particles move or won't move through with the parent. So I'll keep it here and I'll let you see the difference about with or without it. So after the particle, we need a material and StarCraft 2 standard material. We won't want the environment light change how it looks like of our particles because it's always effect, and effect always has its own light and color, so the environment light may cause some weird. So I check this on light, and we don't want the energy particles receive shadows or cause shadows. And I change the blended type to edit and mask. Okay. Basically, StarCraft 2 material need diffuse color, a normal map, and some other textures. But here we only want it looks like how it looks like a light. So we don't really want it has a opaque. We don't want it looks like a real things. So I only want it emissive. So we added an emissive bitmap here. This one. Oh, it's this. As you see, here is a bitmap, and this we assign material to this particle, and let's see how it looks like. It's original one, and where is my it's it's here. I'll make it some part away. Okay. Is anything wrong? Because I don't think it. It shouldn't be. Looks like this. Okay. As you see, it's don't like a real one. The original model, you can see it's rotating around the center, but this one doesn't do that, and it looks like it has a very strong halo, and which we don't like. It's some kinds of unreal. So what I have to do is copy this and added a alpha mask for it. Pass here. Use A. Let me see how it looks like. Okay, it's the alpha channel looks like, and only the white and gray place will show in the final effect, in the final result. So looks like okay. You can see the halo orange that's so strong, but the particles still only 0.1 one direction, and we want it looks like this. So I want it rotation in his life. So in its life, never mind. Okay, start and 20 degrees. Let's see how it looks like. You can see it starts to rotation, but not enough. Of course, it's not enough. I haven't done it yet. Okay, let's give it a range from 100 to 120. It's must. Okay, it's must done. Okay, it looks like what we want. Okay. The next we'll do the plasma part, and it looks, although it looks some different, but the truth is they share the same method, because it's also located at the original place and never move actually, and it also have a rotation, although it's not easy to see. You can see it's rotation. It's rotate from with. Okay, you can, if you see more carefully, you can see this. And we copy a new particle. Oh, before this, I changed a better name to light center, and copy this plasma. Okay, now we don't change this, we only add that it has a different looks like. Also, on light, don't receive shadows and don't cast shadows, and blend type to add, and emissive map. We use this one. Okay. Oh, it's not really want. Oh, this one. As you see, it's a matrix of different time of a plasma explode. And since there are 32 different pictures and we want it to play in the particles one by one, so we should use flipbook animations. And here we don't want to make animation ourselves in 3ds Max, but use the self particle control, the flipbook controls in the particles. So we use particle flipbooks, and we change the data here. Rows 4, 8, and 32 here. Okay, let's see how it looks like. And I move the plasma so they won't block each other. Let's see how it looks like. Oh, I forgot to change the texture. Use this assign materials. to the model. And okay, as you see, it looks like a plasma, and I think it almost finished. The only problem is it rotates almost the same to the central light, so it sometimes have a ruler in it, but we want it more chaos, so we change the rotation data. We change the center. Anyway, 40. This must be good. Okay, the center have a bigger rotation range. Looks good, but the center some kinds of too small. And if we relocate them together, you can see not all. You can see the light outside the model, the plasma very much. I may need to make this bigger. Oh no, I don't reach one. I want to make the light center bigger. And you see, oh, that's good. You see, it looks like a plasma ball here, but in the final effect, we don't want it to shine here, but some other particles help to control, such like magical circles, and we want the light, the energy assemble in this to add the energy. So let's do the next. It's a group of magical circles around this, and this is also a similar particle to the first we have done the two particles. It looks each have a very similar way. We also clone the third one, and we change the name to magical circle. First one. So first we added a texture to it, also a star graph to standard texture, also on light, also doesn't receive or cost shadows, also almost the same. And here let me see. And let me see this. If we use this texture to, if we use this, you can see that the color not so much. This particle is some kinds of blue to green, and I want this to more white and a little blue inside. So if we just added this as the emissive texture, what we get is this. I forgot this again. You see, it's too. The color is too white and can't match the center, so we want to change the color here. And an easy way is use the texture as the alpha mask. And since you will use it as alpha mask, you have to change the channel. As here I want to mention, you can't use RGB or RGBA as the alpha mask. You always have to use this for volume, otherwise it doesn't work. So we use alpha channel. We use its own alpha channel, as we say. As you see, it's all white. It doesn't have a alpha mask actually in its texture. So we need to use another channel. I think blue could be good. And we want to change the color, so we added a pure color here, and it should be StarCraft 2 color. It's blue. I think this looks good. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay, you can see the color are almost what we want, and I can change them to get more details. Now the texture seems okay. It looks like this. It doesn't very clear to see, but they do exist, and you can see everyone through each other. So the next part is we want to force these particle magic circles around the model to capture it actually. So you should change their direction. Since for this we should first change their velocity. It's also its direction, so changes to random. And for now, the particles are still billboard, which means look at the camera all the time. So we change it to fast traveling direction, and since the traveling direction is random, so these particles now fast random. So how it looks like. Okay, as you see, there are many magic circles and they are all around the particles. And I think we can make it have an animation. First we want it bigger, so that it's rolling around but not cross the center. And we want to slow down all the things. It has a long life. I guess this one could be enough. Okay, it's slow down now, and they all around the center. Okay, and sometimes it looks like the effect in Hailstorm, the silence magic. I think so. Okay, the next part is the second magical circles, which I slipped them into two models because I think, let me say the effects. You see, when I look at this direction, it looks like this looks like a sphere. But once I look at this location, it also looks like a sphere. But for example, here. Okay, this. From this direction, it looks very weird. It looks it's not the same in different directions, and which we really want it to be always a sphere. And that means if we added another particle, another magic circle around it, which always look at the camera at this moment, you can see no matter which direction you look at it, which location the player is, and in his viewpoint, it's always a circle, and it's always a sphere. So that's why I added another magic circle for this model, and it's pretty easy to achieve. Also, I clone a new model and rename it to Magic Circle 2. And it has the same material. I don't want to change it. Only we want to change is the emission rate to 1 particle per second. And we want it to look at the camera always, and how it looks like. Okay, it's here. As you see, you can see it here, but it's too small. We don't want them have different size. Okay, you can see the outside one is, you can see it. Yeah, and we want it has the same animation like this. I want it to pressure the inner plasma center, so I added a animation for it. It gets smaller at the end. I think this could be enough. Oh, you can see it's assembled to the center. Okay, or smaller. You can see it like some kinds of energy wave, magical wave, or whatever. It's assembled to the center, and the same animation should be done to this other magical circle 1 particle. And it's here. We add a size change at the end to 80 and to 110. Okay, now you see they all assembled, and you see they all become smaller, and some kinds of pressure the inner plasma. But we want to change. I want to change. I want to change the rotation data, which in this situation they all rotating under the same direction and all looks like same speed. I want to change it so that it should look small, different and random. This looks better. Not so good, but it still looks better. I still change it to 10. 10 is too less. Let's see what happened. I think it's good. Only the life can be changed to no, not good. Not so good. Don't. Okay, I think it. Here we go. It's what I want. Next is this small particles that assemble to the center, which looks like charge energy in some high technology weapons. They always use in Star Wars or other movies and games. So we added a new particle and we name it to charge. And we change the material the same way. Here we go. Mask. And then it some kinds of looks like the magical circles. We want it to have a similar color, so I copy the color to the new material, and I have a different alpha mask. It's this one. And let me see. As we see, it's alpha channel. Okay, in its alpha channel, it looks like just a white dot. I think so. It's only a white point here, and if we just and move it out, I'll move it out and let me see how it looks like. Okay, you can see it's like a fog of blue light. And if we make it smaller and make it have its own movement, size is too big. I think 4 is good. Okay, you can see it's a very small one here, and we want them assembled in the center. So we want it appear from around this model, and their movement are point to the center. And if we need to do this, we should change its shape to sphere and make it bigger. 200. Let's move it to the original place. And you can see we don't want it to appear to the place which very near the center. We want it appear and have some distance to the center. So I also need an inner shape to about this kind. That means only in this shell the particles will burst and they will move, they will have their moment, and they won't appear in inner place. And next we change the emission rate to about 50 and change the velocity as radio. And speed, I want to talk about it. This speed, if we, for example, if I added it to 50, you can see these particles are moved away from the center, and what we really want is point to the center. So we change it to a -50 and let's see how it looks like. Okay, it works. And to make it, we see it's more clearly we hidden, which we already finished part. And you see they start to assemble to the center, and they disappear near the center, but it looks large, have enough life. So we change it to 1.5 and 3 seconds. Let me see it again. Okay, it looks better. Almost, you can see it almost reach the center and also disappear there. And we want not all the particles looks the same, so don't want their rotation. We change the type to tail, which means I think the pictures can make you know it better. You can see here they have a scale on its move direction, they won't look like a round but a much longer one. Okay. We also want the speed. How is there some different from speed from minus 40 to minus 70. Looks like some of them are faster and some of them slower, and they all disappear in the center. Okay, it looks good. So let's see they work together. Oh yeah, they looks like this. You might think the particles around this are too much. Maybe we should reduce some of them. Emission rate to 30. Okay, it's good. And you might think they all look the same size. We can change the size to 7, 2. So this must be much different. You can see this one and this one, although they have different direction and they have different distance to our camera, but you can clearly see they are still not the same size, but it's too big. I think 1 to 5 is enough. Okay, now we have this model almost done here, but if I want to move it to ground more near ground. Okay, but till now this particle still need a light in the center so that it can light around things. And let's do this. The standard StarCraft 2 light. Move it to the center and change the color which is the same to the particles, magic circles, and it looks like good. And if we added a caricature around this dust chain, you can see the light can clearly affect our characters. You can see how it looks like, and I think this model is almost done. At the beginning, I remember I talked about this was best way. After the first time, we don't uncheck this, and this may cause some problem. Most StarCraft 2 particles keep this available, and this will force the particles can be controlled by the physical and the movements, but if we keep this here, if we add animation, it will be very weird. It's too slow as fast. As you see, they won't move with the movement of the model itself. You may think it's a cool effect, but in this one thing, that's another story. In this situation, we don't want it to move around. We don't want it doesn't move with our models. So let's see it again. So we need to uncheck this. If we do this, uncheck this. Let me do all of this. This one. Uncheck. And this one. Uncheck. And this. Let me see what it looks like. As you see, this will move with the model itself. Okay. Almost, I think the model is already works, but we still need a birth animation and a death animation. So we added an animation here. The first one is birth, which means particles from nothing to a plasma ball. We don't want it to keep bursting all the time from nothing to everything, so we check this long looping, and at the beginning the particles have zero emission rate, and at the end this only 1 second time. Later we'll change it. At the end we want it to 30. It's always other particles are similar, but if we see this effect, you can see only the particles reach the center, the plasma ball start to burst. So the center, this part should be later start working after these small charge particles reach the center. So I want it to start to burst earlier and the center works later. So I change the emission rate to 0, and this time the particle already start, and to this central one I want it only works at almost the end. Safety is good. And only until now, before that there is nothing. So the first 30 frames to 46 frames there is nothing, and after that the plasma ball starts to emissive and mostly pretty the same to other part of these models. Also from 0 to 5 and 0 here. Let's do all the things, and this is a magical circle, and I think magic circle should be even later, but so maybe at the end. Okay, let me see the effect. It should be have some problem. We'll fix it later. Where is it? This one. As you see, the plasma ball start to generate too fast, that the small particles don't have enough time to reach the center. As you see, they just move a very small distance, which means we need to give them more time, and that also means 1 second is not enough. We change the time to about it's enough. I think it is enough. And okay, this one is give them more time. Is this enough? Oh, still not long enough. Change this. Go here. Almost there. Okay, this time we get it. When the particles reach the center, plasma starts to generate. Okay, and the last thing is the light should be from shouldn't be here at the beginning. We want to make players think the light comes from the plasma. So multiple at the beginning is 0, and we need animation for it. And about this time, let's change it to 2. No. From after about 2 seconds, it starts to shining, and about it starts to become more bright, and after about 1.5 seconds, it reaches the top. Okay. You can see it still needs some gesture. I think it's enough. Okay. You can see when the plasma is appear, the light become more brightly, and it looks good. And change it more. I think that's good enough this time. Okay, and we need another animation to remove this effect from the game. So we need a death animation. To make it easier, we just duplicate a birth animation and rename it to death. In death animation, the particle won't have an emission rate more than 0, so we don't need other keys here. And since it's a death animation, we don't need so long time. About 3 seconds, we just need 1 second. Let's see the effect. So this. Model here. Come on, faster. And disappear. Looks good, but the light disappears suddenly. We want it slow down. So here we still want it to multiple 2, and about 1 second. Let me see this. Is it enough? It disappears in 1 second time. Let's see how it works finally. Okay. See it again. I think it's good. If you want to make it more completely match the birth animation, you may need some about maybe 20 frames more and change the light to a new time, because down visage still, when the light disappears, there's still some plasma here. You might need some more time. Here I want to move it to 100, and you see this is the light control, and I change it to here. Okay, it looks good. And I did okay, there is no end, it's almost done. The last thing is, you want its model can be more easier to be used to these mapsters, so you need some helper so that they can locate it and they can add other asserts to this model or use it in some other ways. Here I added a attachment in the center. And I rename it to hardpoint or weapon. These two, I think, is hardpoint is a attachment that almost every time it only works for attaching some other things to this place. There is no more means of this particular attachment. If you use a weapon, then always a firelight or missiles from the launch from this attachment, whatever, anything you want. And I think it's enough. So let me see how it looks like finally. Okay, it does. Okay, the last thing is we added a what do I have done? The last thing is we added a user to this. To this new model, which makes it looks like some kinds of weapon. And in this situation, we added a character, which we all know is Imbaman dusting, and I need to add the animation for it. For him, sorry. As you see, I also built many animations, which named as M3A here. This one, I think, is good enough. Okay, let's looking for a animation. Okay, there are so many different custom animations, and you can see they have a very long name. If you want to get the animation you want and read their means from this its name. Here is index. I made the index for it, you can see. About how it which keyword means what kind of this animation, and how my system works. And you can find a table that describes the details. You can download it from my models, and I think with this you can know what this animation names mean. So let's just do this here. Okay, Swan is Dustin trying to launch something. Then let's hold on. So let's do this. Okay. And in the game, you might think it's too big. Anyway, you can change it in the game, in the StarCraft editor, and I just want to make an example here. Okay, Dustin launch a plasma ball between his two hands, and after this, they launch it to far away, I think. There's still some more time, so I want to show you guys some more things. It doesn't matter about this tutorial, but more things are still good. It's about the M3 animations. What's wrong with it? Okay. I did some animation for these characters, and which is also works well to the original models, such as the large marines and dark temples and so on. I think there are more animations can be used in the custom models and maps. Sometimes the StarCraft 2 original animations not good enough to players who want to do some different things of Blizzard. And in other situations, the M3A is a good choice. And I think if you need these animations, we can make a library for these characters. There are many animations here, and as you see, we charge this. My key is wrong. As you see, we charge this. Dustin just beat his enemy in very different way. He don't use his 2 guns, but 4 guns anyway. But his hammer or his fist, you can do. I think we can do more things about this. Okay, he is look at a very different warrior with his leg kick his enemy. Okay, so I think more animations are still good to the community, but we don't know. Anyway, I don't know what should I talk about this. I should cut this part. So good. Okay. Some other dustings. Oh, at the end, I want to thanks about. I want to show my. At the end, I want to thanks Tiny Mouse and Zodem and Ghost Nova here. The 3 guys, they make their tutorial much earlier than me, and they do very excellent works. And I think if more and more people can show not only their models and textures, but also how they do these things, this could be much helpful to the entire group of StarCraft 2 editor users and masters. So I did this as my first try. I don't think it's good enough, but and if you have some different opinions or find some hard to understand, please let me know this. You can leave me a message, and my ID is this, and I work in a group called Froggy&Catty, which have 2 members, me and Nanaki. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Thanks.